do you think of when you think of anime protagonists? You know, maybe someone who's a bit of a pig, someone who's a little oblivious, and yet somehow all the women come together to form like a super harem and try to suck his dick like all the time, right? And he's inexplicably either the best at fighting or he's kind of clueless, but when he's really in trouble, he remembers that super secret technique that's really risky to pull off, but if you could just do it this one time, then it'll all be worth it. Who are we thinking of? That's right. That's right. We're thinking of James Bond. Thinking of James Bond. If you're not familiar with James Bond, basically, it's this isekai anime for middle-aged men where this random fucking dimwit finds himself in a world where he magically kicks all of the ass and all of the girls want to suck his dick all the time, presumably because he's the only man with a functioning penis or something. Even though he's pretty old and honestly not that good looking, except for that one time where Pierce Brosnan became James Bond and it actually kind of made a little bit of sense for a little while. Now, if you're thinking, hey, wait a minute, that's a Hollywood movie, not a Japanese anime, let's not forget about that one time he literally became Japanese in that one movie that wasn't actually that racist. It was really, really sexist. First up on our anime checklist is the James Bond titty harem. First, there's the freebie, then the ones that are too good for him, the yandere, the hot slutty one, the brown one, and then there's the true ending ship, Dr. Goodhead. Her name is Dr. Goodhead? Who fucking wrote that? And then there's the big titty one that his friend gets, because, you know, let's not be selfish, we can't have all of the harem girls. Now, if at this point you're somehow still wondering whether or not this is really anime, we get to see a bunch of probably underage girls bend over and Bond is all like...
Seems to have an eye for a good investment.
There it is! There it is! There it is! Welcome to anime, Mr. Bond. So good. Now, if at this point you're wondering about the plot, clearly you haven't been paying attention, but for the sake of the video, basically, the producers sat down in Star Wars and were like, holy fucking shit, wait, what about this? What about this? Hear me out. What about this, but James Bond? And then the writers were like, oh, okay, what happens? And they were like, not important. And then they took a globe and they spun it like 20 times and they stopped it with their finger, and wherever it stopped, they filmed the action sequence there, and that was the whole movie. First, there's this space rocket, see, that takes off the back of a 747 because it's cool, shut up. And the entire movie is just him trying to find the rocket and then take it to space. It's basically the fetch quest of movies, but that's not the important part, because suddenly, bam! Parachute fight scene, and the big fucking chonky villain dude is like, argh, and then Bond is like, and then he goes to Paris and bones hot slutty girl, and he's gonna die, but it's okay because he remembers that super secret technique that Q-sensei taught him a little while ago, and then Princess Leia comes and helps him, and he goes to Venice, and there's a boat, and the guy pops out a coffin and is like, knives, pew, 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 and then it's like a speedboat chase, it's like, fuck, but then, psych, it's not a speedboat, it's a car, and then it's like, and you're like, and this is probably where you start to realize that this is the best fucking movie ever made. And then he tries to steal the super secret serum when the token minority guy tries to kill him by jumping out and yelling at him. I hope you didn't forget that this is actually anime. And then he's in Brazil and, oh hello, are you a prostitute? Oh, no? I guess we're having sex anyway. Yeah, this actually happens. And then there's the gondola fight where Jaws literally bites through the steel cable because, shut the fuck up, it's cool. And then it crashes like, and then Bond gets saved by the power of love. No, there's no extra context here. This is literally just what happens in the movie. And then there's a monastery where he opens this door, and then there's kung fu monks, and this is literally never mentioned again, don't worry about it. And then he's on another speedboat chase, except this time they have mortar cannons and they're shooting at him. Because obviously this makes all kinds of sense. There's nothing wrong with this. Shut the fuck up. Stop asking so many stupid fucking questions. And oh fuck, James, there's a waterfall. How are you gonna get out of this one? Probably that hang glider that's in the speedboat. You know, that one thing that would never actually be in a speedboat? Yeah, that's in the speedboat. Okay, just to be clear, I should probably go over this one more time. He goes over the waterfall in a speedboat. Hey, titties! 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 James, there's titties, you did it. There's fucking titties, dude. There's fucking titties. By the way, I hope you didn't forget that the point of this movie is that we're going to space. Because at this point, you might have actually forgotten that, but don't worry, because we're going to space now, because there's fucking space battles, and lasers, and eugenics, and it's like... Okay, I take back what I said before. This is the part where you realize that this is the best fucking movie ever made. There's just nothing else to say. God, this movie is such a fucking riot. It's what every outlandish anime and every Marvel movie wishes it could be. It's so fucking stupid, yet inexplicably entertaining because they just cram so much shit in there. And the stunts are great and everything else is really stupid, including also, by the way, the stunts. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it should be at the top of everyone's MAL watch list. But before I recommend it, I also first have to recommend you get some pals and some drinks, because this is the type of anime you laugh at rather than with. But this, my friend, is a must-watch for any anime fan because it is a solid, good time out of 10.